Hello, I'm Steve Mitchell, Special Assistant for Media Relations, and I'm joined today by Ms. Terri Ricks, the Director for Human Resources here at BRCC. Terri, thanks for taking some time to speak with us and answer some questions for us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Now, Terri, I know that you're getting a lot of questions, a lot of folks coming by talking about annual enrollment, and
Yes.
specifically for health care benefits.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about kind of what's going on, some of the important deadlines that are coming up. I know there's a lot of changing information out there on the web, but kind of clarify some of that for us if you can.
Yes, thank you. Well, Office of Group Benefits is the office that is set up for handling our benefits as state workers. And every year we go through an open enrollment period where anyone can opt in for health benefits. This year is a different open enrollment period than any other in the past, in that this year every full-time worker in the state must make an announcement by signing documents to say, I want health care benefits or I do not. In the past, Steve, they were able to kind of roll with what they had in the past, and if they did nothing, they would keep their benefits.
But since there's been a lot of changes to what's being offered, it's required that they come in and fill out some paperwork.
Absolutely. Every person, even the person who doesn't want coverage, needs to sign documents. And this year, the plans that they currently have no longer exist for next year. So this is why there must be an election made.
And if I understand it correctly, you know, there is some information that's out there available on the web, but what's really important for all BRCC employees to recognize is that they need to fill out paperwork and sign some paperwork here with your office, not just directly with the Office of Group Benefits.
That's right, and it's because we are a part of the wonderful LCTCS system and we have the benefit of having sister agencies, but because of that, LCTCS is requiring other documents besides those that Office of Group Benefits are requiring, and it has to do with our payroll.
For our employees.
Absolutely, it has to do with our payroll. Since we are on payroll with LCTCS, we must have those filled out as well. One other thing for those who were proactive and signed up with the Office of Group Benefits online is that we really don't have any record of that. So we wouldn't be able to really fight with an employee to Office of Group Benefits to say we are sure that they filled out this form and we have a copy of it. So we can be your advocate if you give us a copy of what you've done already. And it's okay whether you have or you haven't already signed up. Come in and see us and we can let you know if there's anything that is missing or that would be beneficial for your file.
Now I know, you know, there's been a lot of talk and you know, a lot of information in the news about sort of some changing deadlines that have been moving, and even some last minute sort of changes to some of the policy offerings.
Yes.
Tell us what the impact is for us. I know that for your office, you know, you're really encouraging people, we need to get the stuff in. And I know I'm a guilty party. I'm one of the holdouts that has been watching some of that stuff, and I didn't realize until we spoke yesterday that there's a real concrete reason that you need, for example, my paperwork because of sort of our pay periods and the fact that we're going to be, you know, off for the holiday break. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, thank you for it. This is a great question. We too, like you, are learning about changes as they come, and it's true, a little bit confusing because changes have been being made. One of the latest changes is that the enrollment period, Office of Group Benefits has said your enrollment period has been extended until December 7th.
Okay.
Now, that's good news for those of us who are still trying to wrestle with the choice, and for those of us who are procrastinators. However, here's how it could impact us.
Okay.
December 7th is beyond our December pay periods.
Okay.
And so if someone were to wait that long, all of their January premiums would be taken out of one check, December 26th, in order for them to have coverage in January.
Rather than it's being split up over a couple of pay periods.
That's correct.
Okay.
And so this is why people need to go ahead and make sure their elections are made in November.
Okay.
And BRCCHR is asking, as your partners, if the employees would come in and see us this week, which would allow us to process right before Thanksgiving, and everybody goes home knowing that they have coverage, and that their payments will be spaced out in December, because as you might recall, you must have your payments made 1 month in advance. So for your coverage beginning in January, you must make those payments in December.
I gotcha. And with, like you said, the Thanksgiving holiday is next week,
yes.
and people begin to travel, and,
yes.
and before we know it, it's the end of the year. So
right.
it's a really good idea for myself and everyone else that hasn't submitted the paperwork to make sure we get it in this week.
Absolutely. And here's the other thing. If you have current coverage, if you're currently covered by OGB health benefits and you do not make an election, it is possible that you will lose coverage for January. You will have a break in coverage due to this. And this is coming to us from LCTCS payroll, which has not only BRCC, but all of the others in the system to process. And so the earlier deadlines that BRCC is passing along to its employees is a hybrid of what OGB is asking of us and LCTCS payroll.
And it's really to benefit us, the BRCC employees, just to make sure, like you said, you guys are here to function as an advocate for us in many manners, especially in the healthcare benefit arena.
Yes.
Now, if there are folks out there that may have questions, maybe they did sign up with OGB directly and they didn't realize that maybe there's not some paperwork on file here,
right? Or
if they maybe had some questions about what form exactly they should sign. I know I had a few questions and you guys helped out. What would you recommend they do at this point to be able to meet that deadline by the end of the week?
We would love to see them in our office.
Okay, so we're here at the Mid-City campus, so we've got the office here, so you encourage folks to come to the Mid-City campus and visit your office. And we're here in the first floor of the Governor's Building on the Mid-City campus.
That's right.
I'm assuming they could also give your office a call if they have some questions. What's the best number for them to reach you at? And we'll put that up on the screen.
Right. And so we are 216-8268 is the BRCC HR number. And we have actually sent out some emails with all the correct documents attached to it if you would like this or that, if you want to opt out. And there's packages that were made in that email. We can resend that out, or we can provide it to you, Steve, or we could put it on a website, or however you'd like to do it. But we will make ourselves available to you in whatever way, because we want to make sure that every employee has the coverage that they need. It's great to be at a place that has benefits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. It would be our shame as an employee, honestly, to not opt in when we know we need it, take advantage of it, right? But so we are really going through trying to do everything we can to reach out to everybody to make sure that we're not an impediment to them, that they have everything that they need to sign up.
And I guess the other thing too is that we just want to encourage everyone. We're a large institution. We have over 600 employees, to let their friends and colleagues know, hey, encourage them. And then also, if you have employees that report to you as a supervisor, just to kind of follow up with them, make sure that they've gotten their stuff taken care of, so that, again, we're looking out for everybody, and we make sure we can get in by those early deadlines.
Yes, we would really appreciate each one, reach one. If you've done your paperwork, please reach out to a colleague. That would be very helpful. And everybody in the state is going through the same thing. So if you know other state workers or other those who work in higher ed for the state of Louisiana, it would be great.
Great.
Yes.
Well, Terri, any other follow-up stuff that you want to kind of provide, or do you feel like we kind of touched on everything? And again, I know everyone here at your office is very eager and willing to answer any questions folks have. So again, just encourage people to stop by. Yes,
we do encourage you to stop by if you have any last questions. At the same time, we want to encourage you to go to the annual enrollment.groupbenefits.org, where all the information about which plan is like my old plan, how do I see a side-by-side comparison of the plans, helping you to determine what are your out-of-pocket expenses for each one of them. Provider lists are there as well. So this time is a time for you to get your questions answered, and I would say that it would be easier for someone to make an election and change it by December 7th than to make no election this week and then try to get it in at the last minute and make sure that it gets processed. So we really want everybody to have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. So it certainly would be very difficult to recognize that the last paycheck of the year is cut twice for benefits when you might need that money right
Sure,
at the end of
right,
the year, and
right.
the campus will be closed at that time.
Right.
So this is one big concern for me and our colleagues at the college here, that if you don't do it in if you don't do it in November, then it's possible that one check at the end of the month is going to take all of your January premium. That's going to be when the campus is closed,
Right.
and it's going to be, I don't know about other people, but that's the after Christmas sales.
Yeah, right. You wanna take advantage
take
of,
advantage
right.
of that, but you
Sure.
want to have as much expendable money in that check if you like. And I would hate to have two premiums come out of one check.
Gotcha.
That could hit harder than we would think. So other than that, just know that we're here. We're asking people to come in by the end of this week, so that we can really have the 3 days in the next week before Thanksgiving
Sure.
to process everything that comes in. So,
All right.
yeah, thanks for
Great.
your interest, and we really look forward to seeing it. The other benefit for us is that we get to meet more and more people
Yeah,
on
there
the
you go.
campus when they come in, so we look forward to seeing them.
Well, Terri, I know I thank you for your office's hard work. I know this is a busy time of
It
year,
is.
and especially this year, so thank you for all that you and your team does. And again, just encourage everybody to stop by and make sure they get their paperwork in this week.
Please.
Including me.
Yes.
I'm going to get my stuff in. So.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.